Why did all these NBA players come from Mount Vernon? That's got to be in the water up here or something.
Well, no, not really. I didn't. But when you list those people that have attended that high school, I mean, that must be some some area that can produce that kind of talent.
You could tell he was talented.
You know, he's a real quiet, shy dude.
You know, he did a great job of just stepping up to the plate and being a leader.
Well, where I grew up at, on 8th Avenue, you know, there was a basketball court right across the street, so naturally I gravitated, you know, to the park because there were a lot of younger kids my age there. You know, older guys playing basketball and stuff.
When I was growing up, I always just wanted to be Walt Frazier. You know, when you live in New York, everybody wanted to be Clyde.
Very too many easy baskets for Portland. What will Jerry West and the Lakers do?
Well, there's no question about that, Brent.
I mean, he was incredibly talented. I mean, physically very, very gifted. When I used to watch him, I used to say, oh my goodness, this guy can reach the heights.
I actually played with my uncle in North Carolina, and I would just be out there trying to make a shot from I don't know where. One day I beat him, and it made me feel so good.
The one thing I really noticed was Earl had the ability to score.
He started coming out of Mount Vernon, but I remember it was really happy. Now, most people don't know who was really happy.
What got me started was the fact that I had grown over a summer from 6'1.5" to about 6'5.5".
The players on that team who've later become good friends of mine. Rodney McRae, who also lives in Houston, has been a good friend for many, many years.
Growing up, I tried all kind of sports, and having an older brother, he kind of paved the way for me, so we kind of went behind him. Whatever he did, you did, so that's how I really got into it.
With Scooter being there, because, you know, there'd be a lot of days where at practice, Rodney would chip all the paint off the rim, you know, never make anything, and he'd walk up to him and say, you know, how in the hell did Scooter learn to shoot and you didn't?
It was my sophomore year that I got hurt, but in saying that, my brother possessed the same type of traits and characteristics.
Gus was way too quick for me to try to guard. I always told the other guy, you take Gus, I'll take somebody else. Growing up in Mount Vernon, that's like a religion. I remember living on 5th Avenue and going to Nathan Hale, bouncing the ball across the street to classes, and instantly I fell in love with the game.
As time passed and you got to know Gus, he was a great personality.
You know, Gus, I didn't get to meet as much off the floor as I did on the floor during our playing days. It was compete. You really didn't hang out with guys you competed against.
And I began to think about all the players I had seen, and certainly his name popped up, so I started to explore what was going on, what was the possibilities, and to see if I could get him.
Well, as a player, Lowe's had a great left hand, and left-handed players have advantage.
You know, growing up in the projects over here, 70, I realized after football season and baseball season, just trying to figure out what everybody else was doing, and we realized that individuals were playing basketball.
Pretty much made a decision with our front office that Lowe's was going to be the point guard of the future.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that in the long, glorious history of Mount Vernon basketball, the greatest player is Gus Williams.
Scooter and Rodney are like this. I mean, they are really, they're true brothers.
And Ray was a very talented guy. What I liked about him was his toughness.
At St. Jacinta College, we had a lot of success with New York kids. We had Mount Vernon kids.
Well, he was outgoing, very personable, obviously very talented.
Mount Vernon team loaded with superstars and future NBA players. Probably one of the great high school programs during that period of time in the country.
Ray was by far one of the more talented guards that I've ever seen.
Gus was the same way. I mean, Gus used to shoot fadeaway three-pointers, turn around jumpers from the three-point line.
Who I thought was undersized for a college Division I program. But after watching tape on him, man, he was very athletic.
It's been proven many times over from old to new, and whether Larry Brown says it or anybody else says it, this is a great game, and if it's played the right way, it is a beautiful game.
Mount Vernon is certainly a very unique city. Some say that we have been blessed with a tremendous amount of talent.
You know, guys like Gus Williams and Scooter, and they were in that next generation.
They all came and volunteered. See, one of the things that was so effective from the community was here coaching these guys.
Continual effort to try to
bring more programming, have better facilities for the young kids.